เครือข่ายติดตามการลงทุนไทยและความรับผิดชอบข้ามพรมแดนเกตเทรด Towards Organic Asia หรือ Dawei Food for Change กินเปลี่ยนโลกมูลนิธิชุมชนเกษตรนิเวศเครือข่ายเกษตรกรรมทางเรือ International River ร้านหนังสือฟิลาเดลเฟียสำนักพิมพ์ห้องโลกสิ่งรู้มูลนิธิความยุติธรรมเชิงสิ่งแวดล้อม The Insider in Thailand ขบวนการป่าฝนโลกสมัชชาคนจน Urban Concern Dawei Watch เซฟสิขาลัย Dawei Development Association นครพนม Youth Network กลุ่มอนุรักษ์น้ำซับคำป่าหลายกลุ่มคนรักบ้านเกิดจังหวัดเลยเครือข่ายเมล็ดพันธุ์แห่งอีสานคเนย์ขอบพระคุณไว้ด้วยนะคะโมเดเลเตอร์เซสชั่น
ดวายอันนี้คอนเฟลรัฐทวายภายใต้ความขัดแย้ง
เซสชั่นต่อไปดำเนินรายการเป็นภาษาไทยนะคะ I would like to inform all of our friends here in Jamjuri Room ค่ะ next session
การสู้รบ
The way ค่ะขอให้ The way
การสู้รบความขัดแย้งและการสู้รบ
Geopolitical inversion intervention and greenwashing to be conducted in Thai so
Geopolitical
we are feel free to ask our staff for the interpreter machine because our session will be conducted this final session here in Jamjuri will be conducted in Thai นะคะสำหรับช่วงสุดท้ายการเสวนาสุดท้ายประจำวันนี้จะดำเนินรายการเป็นภาษาไทยฉันเห็นว่าเขาบอกสอนว่า
การแทรกแซงทางภูมิรัฐศาสตร์
นะครับ
และการฟอกเขียว
พร้อมไหมครับพร้อมแล้วนะคะเอาละค่ะเดี๋ยวขออนุญาตเข้าสู่
DDA Terrain Dawei Watch
ของห้องจามจุรี
Welcome everyone to the last session of this morning and it is still intense content and it is another as many more different aspects. So now I would like to start the seminar Special Economic Zone Conflict Geopolitical Intervention and Greenwashing. I would like to invite the moderator Mr. Thirachai from the Mekong Butterfly. Hi, all males people again. Our session may be the session that quite talk about the issues that some people heard about the power plant in our neighboring country. Okay, it's about the Dawei Special Economic Zone. And today we have friends both from Myanmar and from Thai, and we also have friends from Myanmar participating from online channel, and we also have P. Thara Bokamsi join online. And now I would like to invite Mr. Vishai Jantavaro from Same Sikhalai. Please clap hands for Mr. Vishai. Please clap hands for me too. I feel excited. Next, I would like to invite Thuren from the Dawei Watch. Please, Thuren. He also work for journalism. He's journalist and he is representative of civil society movement. Mr. Thuren from the Dawei Watch. Our session total we have 4 resource persons. As I mentioned earlier about Dawei, there is the special economic zone that the capitals from Thai invest inside Dawei state in Myanmar. If you think about Lam Chabang port and Ma Ta Put port, it is in the same situation, but in Dawei it's kind of 10 times bigger. It's the mega project, very huge project, and in the past 10 years we observe the operation of this project, and this project invested by Thai capitals, and is the cooperation between Thai government and Myanmar government, and additionally the Japanese government also get involved in this investment. And in the last 10 years there have been many stories from the crowd, and yeah, according to our fighting against the reserve forest under the discourse of fake greens that not prioritize or have not put importance to the human rights and environmental rights yet. So this session we have the panelists from Thai and from Myanmar. At the first, I would like to invite Ted Miss Ted San from Dawei that she is participating via Zoom. I would like to invite Ted San to share with us. Ted San, the floor is yours. Please open your microphone.ขอบคุณมากๆนะคะที่ให้โอกาสดิฉันเข้ามามีส่วนร่วมในช่วงนี้นะคะก็ตั้งแต่วันนี้ดิฉันจะมาแลกเปลี่ยนเกี่ยวกับเขตเศรษฐกิจพิเศษและโดยเฉพาะสถานการณ์ที่เกิดขึ้นหลังจากรัฐประหารในเมียนมาและก็สิทธิชุมชนด้วยนะคะดิฉันเนี่ยก็ได้ทำงานกับสมาคมเพื่อการพัฒนาดาวายหรือ Dawei Development Association นะคะมาหลายปีแล้วค่ะแล้วก็วันนี้ค่ะดิฉันก็จะพูดถึงเขตเศรษฐกิจพิเศษในรัฐทวายนะคะมันเกิดขึ้นมากกว่า33ปีแล้วนะคะซึ่งก็เป็นความร่วมมือระหว่างรัฐบาลไทยกับรัฐบาลพม่าซึ่งก็ค่ะโครงการนำโดยรัฐบาลและก็ทำในพื้นที่ชนบทในรัฐทวายซึ่งพื้นที่ต่างๆเหล่านั้นเป็นพื้นที่ที่มีความหมายที่วิถีชีวิตของพี่น้องประชาชนต้องใช้ทรัพยากรต่างๆเหล่านั้นเพื่ออยู่อาศัยทำมาหากินรักษาประเพณีวัฒนธรรมนะคะแล้วก็เนี่ยค่ะหลังจากที่รัฐบาลไทยกับเมียนมาเนี่ยก็ร่วมมือกันนะคะก็ในปี2008นะคะประมาณ17 ปีที่แล้วค่ะโดยมีโครงการอิตาเลียนไทยนะคะก็เข้ามามีส่วนร่วมในปี 2008 หลังจากนั้นในปี 2012 เนี่ยโครงการเนี่ยก็ได้มีการได้รับความร่วมมือการดำเนินงานโดยรัฐบาลของคือตอนแรกนะก็เป็นบริษัทเอกชนก่อนรวมทั้งไทยอิตาลีด้วยเนี่ยนะแล้วหลังจากนั้นก็ขยายมาเป็นระดับที่รัฐบาลเองนะคะทางรัฐบาลไทยและรัฐบาลเมียนมาเนี่ยทำข้อตกลงร่วมกันที่รัฐบาลจะทำนะก็แล้วพื้นที่เนี่ยก็อยู่ในตอนเหนือของรัฐทวายนะคะของประเทศเมียนมาหรือประเทศพม่าเนี่ยค่ะก็ห่างจากประเทศไทยประมาณจากชายแดนประมาณ15 กิโลเมตรใช่ไหมค่ะซึ่งโครงการนี้ก็มีเป้าหมายว่าเขาบอกว่าจะสร้างประโยชน์ให้แก่ประเทศต่างๆในภูมิภาคเอเชียตะวันออกเฉียงใต้อะค่ะแล้วก็ผ่านท่าเรือที่ประเทศไทยด้วยขออภัยนะคะจะพยายามฟังก็คือเป็นโครงการขนาดใหญ่แล้วก็เป็นผลประโยชน์ระดับโลกด้วยนะคะไม่ใช่เพียงแค่ใน2ประเทศนี้นะคะแล้วก็เขาก็เลยสร้างเป็นเขตเศรษฐกิจพิเศษขึ้นมาซึ่งตอนที่เขาดำเนินโครงการเนี่ยมันส่งผลกระทบละเมิดสิทธิมนุษยชนมากมายเลยนะคะเช่นชาวประมงพื้นบ้านอะไรอย่างเงี้ยพี่น้องชาวบ้านต่างๆหรือว่าการทำธุรกิจแบบวิสาหกิจชุมชนวิสาหกิจขนาดกลางหรืออะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะอีกด้านหนึ่งเนี่ยก็คือส่งผลกระทบต่อแหล่งน้ำเพราะว่าคือเขาจะเอาน้ำไปใช้ในการดำเนินโครงการเนาะในการทำโครงการส่งผลกระทบมายาวนานมากค่ะ ก็คือคนที่เคยอยู่ในพื้นที่
Until today, it remains suspended. Since 2021's military coup, however, the situation has become even more severe, and villages inside the SEC's area has been directly affected by military attack, threat to people's safety and property. Families are desperate again and again, unable to continue farming fishing because of their life are constantly under threat. According to our previous research, showed that around 70% of the local people rely on land-based livelihood, farming and plantation work, while about 30% depend on fishing and related activity. But military offenses, both on land and at sea, has destroyed all of this. On top of that, access to education, healthcare, and even basic services has become extremely limited. Communities are only struggling day by day to survive amid the end conflicts. Let me share screen. Okay, I think you can see the screen, right? I am sharing the screen.
Yeah, we have seen it. Okay.
Okay. This screen shows the situation or accidents and impacts in the bullet areas in 2025. Now, looking at security since the coup, after February 2025, when the Myanmar military signed an agreement with Russia to restart these assets, we saw a sharp escalation of military operation and civilian harm. The military has launched assault clashes frequently with resistance forces and carry out airstrikes. And also patrolling operation has been intensified and extended across a wider areas. About 20 villages in and around the project area has been directly affected. And in just the first 7 months of 2025, nearly 60,000 people were temporarily displaced. And there's a lot of air scouts, the patrolling in the air. So every day, most, and then the military arrested numbers, the people, the villagers, over the 97 people, the arrest in the zone areas. And since since 2021, the gender has been trying to consolidate the control over these areas to prepare for pushing forward the DSCs through the use of military force. They have stationed about 300 troops in the project zone and built a new military base. Since 2021, no new project-related buildings has been observed. However, for military-related structure has been identified within the project area. For local civilians, this means their most the basic right, the right to life, security, and property are constantly under threat. Their freedom of expression and land ownership rights are denied. What we also see is the gender using the de-accesses and the word disciple as a bargaining chip with Russia in exchange for political recognition and military assistance. This is not about development. It is about entrenching their power and expanding their ability to continue committing crime against humanity. So, in the current political instability, without rule of law, there can be no transparent or accountable investment. That's why we are reject this so-called development project. At the same time, we believe the priority must be on protecting community, on survivor, resilience, and preparing them for the long term. When it came to the de-accesses, people opinions are divided. Some support it, while others operate. But over almost 20 years, the project has never really been completed. Stalled by countless unsolved problems, we have all seen that it has not been successfully implemented. Right now, in a context without rules or laws or political stability, efforts to push the project forward are clearly perceived by local community and resistance groups as serving only the Myanmar military own interest. Looking forward, one thing is clear. Without stability, the military cannot push the de-accesses ahead. Resistance forces in Dawei, along with Karen National Union, has already declared that if the project is fought through, they will resist directly. We are already seeing crash along the de-accesses, road-lit area and industrial zone and joint operation that have captured military outposts along Myanmar-Thai border. For the affected community, the path forward must include justice, reparation, and recognition of the harm they have suffered. In the end, if the people are to secure their rights and their future, what's needed is a federal democratic government, one chosen by the people themselves. Only such government can make decisions about the development that truly reflect the aspiration of the people. Thank you so much.
ขอบคุณคุณเจนนิสให้ปูแบ็กกราวด์เบื้องต้นว่าการ
Thank you very much for TSM for giving us the overview of the situation. Like how many small projects that have attached to this main project. So deep sea port, for example, and also road construction as well as other projects. Because actually in the Dawei area is also ethnic area, and most of community people are Karen, as well as also Burmese and also Mon people who gonna get affected. And also the land grabbing and also natural resources management is going to be huge problems. which actually lead to the resistance of the people. And after the 2021 coup in Myanmar, so the armed conflict started. So it's a ethnic armed groups as well as a ethnic armed group, either the Dawei force and also KNU that started the fight against the junta. And this special economic zone will be actually constructed under the armed conflict situation. And it now can be classified as war zone, and how the SEC will be commenced in the area. And the next speaker is the representatives from the World Watch, who's going to share more about the situation in the world as well as the human rights violations that are happening in the world. So this is also from the journalist point of view and how the journalists in the area got affected. Please give big round of applause to the speaker.
Not this one, another one maybe. Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me for this event. So once the SEZ was planned to establish, one of my friends shared his thought that he is like an energy expert from Dawei. So the project is like the foreigner, big foreigner came here to Dawei, and they make a story that this is the lizard. The lizard used to be house lizard there, living there. Okay, this is the lizard. If you feed this lizard regularly, this lizard will be crocodile one day. So this project is like this. So. Yes, and also I also work for LIS. LIS is a research organization. I'm also currently working on the Russia involvement in Dawei SEZ area. That's why I also I should mention the LIS as well. So if you look at, next slide please. If you look at the timeline and all the changing of the map on the ground, so we can see like this. Next slide please. Yes. Yeah. That's okay. No problem. So this is the planned schedule. So before it was 2010. So the first phase. So as I mentioned, we have 3 phases. So it's okay. So now we are in 2025. So what are we gonna get here? So we can see the map here. So next slide, please. So this is the before the project. So nothing there. Some villages and the coastal line here, and also some glasses and a land. So next slide. Yeah, it's in 2012. So the project start. So we can see some buildings, roads in there. So Nabula is the village. So very indigenous people living here, living there. So this be very distant, instant Dawei language. So after that, and next slide, please. So in 2028, almost the same. So no significant change can be seen even after 6 years. So under the NLD government, so no significant change you can see afterwards. So next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, yes, 2021. So even after the coup, so nothing changed. So there's no change here. So next slide. So in 2023, you can see nothing changed. So only some building, since since 2012, so nothing changed here. So after that, yeah, next slide, please. So this is a little bit narrow zoom in, so we can see the building, so almost the same. So after that, in 2023, almost the same. In 2024, next slide, please. So yes, something came in. So before that, there was no security force or police or army there. So in 2024, we can see the police station based there. So after that, in 2025, after the Myanmar military signed MOU with the Russia government, so we can see the change. So finally, we have now, so there is, I mentioned, 300 soldiers stationed in the area, and also we still have a police station. So they are patrolling, these soldiers are patrolling village to village. Like sometimes it's like a Tom and Jerry game playing. So sometimes a group of soldiers come into a village. These villagers move to another village. So after that, so these soldiers came to another village. The villagers moved to another village, like playing the game with Tom and Jerry. So that's why we have so many displaced people. So moving around and also displaced in temporary. So estimately, as Thais mentioned, we have 60,000 displaced people can be said they are moving around without being stable life, without having a stable life. So yes, okay. So next slide, please. So yes, it's we talk about Russia. So the Russia and Myanmar military government signs MOU in 2025 February. So it's only about the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. It's not MOA or no agreement at all. But after that, in March 2025, deputy head of the military said that they are canceling the agreement with the Thai and Japan government. But we don't know how they will negotiate with the Thailand government. But when I do research, when I interview a minister who used to serve under the military government, so he said, so the military will definitely lose the face in the process of negotiation in Thailand and Thai and Japanese government, because now we can say technically Japan and Thai governments are in favor of the military government. They are some sort of like taking side with the military government. So we don't know how they will negotiate. The military will negotiate with the Thai and Japanese government to dissolve this trilateral agreement, is what we call the special purpose vehicle. So after that, in March, and so Myanmar military and the Russia state-owned company Rosatom signed an agreement to build a nuclear power plant. But in the agreement, there is no place, the site of situation, the situation of the site, the nuclear power plant was not disclosed. We don't know where they're going to build the nuclear power plant. But, next slide, please. But in May, so KNU released a statement saying that the nuclear power plant were probably in the special economic zone. But we don't know why they claim that. So there's no solid evidence to show this nuclear power plant will be established and built in the economic zone, the special economic zone. But they claim that the KNU claim that the nuclear power plant will be in the special economic zone. So okay, we do have some sort of concerns from the KNU. They said that, according to the statement, we do have the cross-border issue because if the nuclear power plant will be built in the West, so there will also affect to the community in Thailand as well. And also we have like 1990s political historical trauma. So when the gas pipeline built in the area in 1990s, which was like a Thai government project. So the military launched the land clearance operations. So launching the offensive attack to the current area along the pipeline area. So leading the displacements of the hundreds of thousands of people from Kenyan community to Thailand as well. So KNU also concerned that if Russia came into come into this Dawei area, there will be another an incident like this. So there will be Russia soldiers, or there will be Russia private companies, security private company operating in Dawei area, and also making some sort of the offensive attack to the KNU as well. And also we have also Mon resistance group as well, and also we have also Dawei and local resistance group current right now after the coup. So they are also concerned about the Russia presence in the Dawei area. And next slide, please. So, next slide, please. Yes, another surprising geopolitical game is that, so we talk a little bit less about this idea. So in May, India ambassador visited Dawei and also met with the Chief Minister of Dawei, and also met with the head of the Chamber of Commerce of Tenedai. So they discussed about the Dawei SEZ issue, and also according to when I interviewed the head of the Chamber of Commerce, so he said that they also discussed about the possible trade route through Tenedai to Thailand as well, because currently India has these two projects with Myanmar. One is across the Chin State to Myawaddy, Mysore to Thailand. Another one is about from Kolkata to Rakhine State to Palawa, and also the eastern part of India. So currently, these two border areas are controlled by Chin labor groups and also Rakhine labor groups. So it means that India cannot do border trade across Myanmar. That's why they are looking for seeking another alternative trade crossing the Tenedai to the ASEAN or Southeast Asia, something like that. That's why this is one of the movement of the Indian government trying to find alternative route through Tenedai to the Southeast Asia. So why there's no we don't find any statement or comments for Thailand and Japan. So currently, right now. Next slide, please. So when I interview this person, so he recently published a book about the Russia geopolitical game in Southeast Asia. So and also in Myanmar, in Thailand is also one of the chapters in this book. So when I interview Iron Story, so what he says is that it's the Dawei SEZ, the MOU with Dawei SEZ, and also in the nuclear project is just a fantasy project. So we don't need to worry too much about it. But on the ground, so people are suffering a lot because of this MOU, and also just MOU, or whatever they say, this is just fantasy project. So it's like pain rather than gain. So now the Dawei SEZ is like becoming a bargaining chip rather than a functioning the economic project. So it's like now becoming a geopolitical battleground for the big country like Russia, India, like this. Yes, next slide, please. Oh yes, from the journalist's point of view, so PT sent me some question about how we are doing reporting on it. Currently, we have 3 journalists in the prison right now. So most of the journalists are ASI, and so now we are staying across Thailand. Some are in Bangkok, some are in Chiang Mai, some are in southern part of the country. So now we only operate online, but we have some print paper distribution to the people who have no internet access, and also we also distribute the bi-monthly paper to the IDP camps as well. And also we also work with the DVB, so to disseminate news through the satellite, because there are a lot of people who cannot access internet. So, and also we also have the monthly situational report. So we combine every information and conflict information, socio-economic situation, and also we combine it into a monthly report and publish every month in Burmese, and also we also brief in English as well. So we have to rely too much on the citizen journalists and also civil society people on the ground to gather information, to make the interview, to get the video footage or the photo, whatever like this. Yes. Yeah, I think just finally the last slides. Next slide, please. Yes, I want to conclude my presentation with a quote of a local woman. So when we interview met 8 women stay on the ground. This is the area. This is what she said. Yes, thank you.
ขอบคุณครับก็จริงๆก็เป็นการสรุปสถานการณ์หลายๆส่วนที่น่าสนใจมากๆนะครับก็ในประเด็นแรกคุณตุเรนได้พูดถึงการเปลี่ยนแปลงในเชิงพื้นที่ของเขตเศรษฐกิจพิเศษเนาะว่ามันเปลี่ยนแปลงไปไงในตั้งแต่อดีตเนี่ยก่อนเริ่มโครงการทวายโครงการเขตเศรษฐกิจพิเศษทวายนะครับไปจนถึงในช่วงที่มีการพัฒนาโครงการแล้วก็
showed us the satellite photos since how the project was commenced and right now how it has changed. So we see more security forces in the area and how the military junta in Myanmar is trying to control the area. But outside SEC, the whole area is actually controlled by the ethnic armed group basically. And this is a very interesting situation, like how it's going to unfold also on the armed conflicts as well as on the geopolitics and landscape. And I think many people are seriously concerned, like aside Thailand and Japan, another big power has also made their intervention. So after the coup, we don't see much growth from Thai government and Japanese government, but we see more and more strong presence from Russian government who is trying to have their hands over the way SEC. And right now, it seems like the Russia is trying to construct or build the nuclear power plant in this the way SEC area, and this is very much worrying. And this is not just going to happen just in the world, but it can be spread around Southeast Asia, mainland Southeast Asia. So we have to keep an eye on the situation, whether this nuclear power plant can also turn to be nuclear weapons factory. And somehow the right to freedom of expression and the right to information are severely restricted in Myanmar. And the journalists cannot really do their work, cannot really disseminate information. And the journalists themselves are also threatened by the military junta. And for the next speaker, I will just move to Kun Vishai. So Kun Vishai will just explain on how Thai civil society is getting involved in the way SEC and how the work of Thai CSO must also change after the 2021 coup in Myanmar. Okay, good morning everyone. I'm tasked to talk about the word SEC. So it's going to be 3 parts of my speech. So the first part is like our work in the world, and the second part is how it has changed, and the next one is like what we are going to do next. I have 15 minutes today, so I will just talk about our work in the world, not other parts of Myanmar. So if you see the photo, the 0 km photo, this is where the deep sea port and also SEC, the way SEC we're going to start basically. We actually didn't see much, we just see like few cows. And it's plain land. This is the photo that we took before the coup. And we didn't see much the military activity. And on the right, right hand, I mean, right hand photo, left hand photo, sorry. So we're gonna see how community people have been living their life close to the sea. And this photo shows the connection, basically the link from China. So we see the eastern part of the ocean on Vietnamese side. So it goes to Cambodia, Thailand, and then on the west side, it's going to be the way. And right now, we the road number 8 from Bang Yai in Bangkok to Kanchanaburi has opened already, and it's going to be a very shortcut. So you're gonna take only 1 hour from Bangkok to Kanchanaburi, but it's open only on the weekend. If you wanna go try, you can try. And the second part, so the road from Kanchanaburi to the SEC hasn't been constructed just yet. So it's only local roads remain. And these local roads cannot facilitate kind of huge economic activities. What we did in the world was that we worked with the community to actually find out and then kind of give them information if we don't want this kind of mega development project without community participation, what else we can offer and what else do we want, because the government has all the resources in their hands. So what could be the best solution? What could be the answers in the hands of the community? So we actually see kind of alternative tourism as well as the local livelihood. So in the Way area, they have a lot of potentials. They have mountains, they have beautiful seas. So the community came up with the idea that they can use this kind of community-led tourism to sustain the community. So we actually support the community also to learn all the technical stuff, give them the technical assistance so they can also initiate their own tourism. So this photo is from February 2020, before COVID, before COVID-19 started. So this was the opening ceremony of the local led tourism. We've got more than 1,000 people to join the opening ceremony. So it was talk of the town back then, and people had hope that the community-led tourism will just help sustain the community. Then the COVID-19 happened, so the project was suspended, and then the coup happened in 2021. Aside from working with community on sustainable development, we also have to discuss about energy. So basically, electricity cost in the world is so high because they actually have to use the generator and use the oil to actually fill in the generator, basically. So there was a proposal to construct the coal power plant in the Way area, and all the communities people actually just agree upon an agreement that a coal power plant is not going to do anything good for the community, and this kind of fuel energy, fossil fuel energy is going to destroy the environment and also the community. So we actually got them to meet with the Thai CSO who were successful in terms of promoting solar energy. So you see the man in yellow shirt, Koye Ong, the Korean guy from Dawei, he actually met up with Uncle Noi Chai Tang from Maptaput, Rayong. So maybe the photo is a bit blurry because it's just like happen in action. Like when they saw each other, they just go and then hug each other. They embrace each other in solidarity. So this project actually kind of create the international solidarity or cross-border solidarity. So I'm really happy, and the below picture is the exchange program between community people from the world and also community people from the south of Thailand who actually initiated Andaman Go Green project. So they can actually share with each other like what kind of energy project that is that we can propose, and it's not going to well basically has a serious impact on livelihood and environment. So we did these exchange projects many times. So they came to Thailand. People from the world came to Thailand. People from the southern Thailand also went to the world. So they actually help each other finding the solution on the clean energy. We actually we had a very clear plan. So basically in April 2020, we planned for people from Andaman, from the south of Thailand, to went to the world and then start planning on the wind energy, on the solar energy. But then COVID happened. Everything was cancelled. And aside from this cross-border collaborative between communities, between people and people, somehow we take benefit of being Thai organization. So we actually brought people from local community to discuss with stakeholders in Thailand. So could be government agencies, could be independent bodies, but also we also took them to talk to the investors as well as the relevant agencies. We got people from the world to talk to National Human Rights Commission of Thailand. We got people from the world to talk to the government agencies who got involved with the investments so they can actually voice out their concern directly with stakeholders on Thai side. So one main issues that was discussed extensively back then was the road construction. So they got to talk to different stakeholders. Also, the collaborative campaign was supported by different organizations, not just SAME or ETO Watch, for example, or some other NGOs as well. So we fought on this together. We also went to talk to the investor. So they actually, the investor and also the Thai government agencies, they got the comprehensive point of view, especially from the local people, so they can think about it more thoroughly on how the project would not affect the local community or their livelihood. But somehow after the coup, the situation has changed. I'm not going to talk much into details, but somehow after the coup, we know exactly that the situation got much more harder on Myanmar side. So we provide humanitarian support, also sustaining well-being and activism. Because if the local activists cannot really work under this kind of oppressive environment, the impact will just even be harsher on the local people, because as we know, Myanmar is now under the junta, so the state mechanism don't work in favor of the people. So we need to support the activists to continue working. And the last part of my talk, I actually want to talk about the current concern, because the way SEC was over, but right now we have this emerging project or nuclear power plant. Right now, if we look closely at the economic situation in Russia, if we look at different reports, so it seems like the Russian economy is at the edge of collapse. I don't think Russian government actually has enough resources or budget to develop this kind of nuclear power plant construction in the world. I think Russia doesn't want this just to build the nuclear power plant, but they also want geological strategy, geopolitical strategy within the region. So this is what they truly want. So somehow the geopolitics in Southeast Asia, in mainland Southeast Asia, will be even more complicated because we used to have China, we used to have the US, but now we're going to have Russia. I actually don't believe that Russia will just want the nuclear power plant because in this area of the world, the deep sea port was studied before, so it's actually possible to build a deep sea port around the world. I think Thailand should be more worried about this geopolitical strategy because the world is only 350 kilometers away from Bangkok. So basically, so it's like from Bangkok to Nakhon Sawan or from Nakhon Phanom to Ubon Ratchathani only. And the wind can actually bring whatever that happens from the nuclear power plant to Bangkok easily. So from the way SEC alongside the coast, to Ranong province, southern part of Thailand is just basically 500 kilometers away from each other. So the impacts from the nuclear power plant, in case anything goes wrong, Thai population will also get affected. So the impacts will happen, not just in Myanmar, but also in Thailand. I think Thai people should really keep an eye on this situation, and we should also getting our voice basically heard by our own government. This is a very serious security issue in the region that the Thai government should listen. So we have to get together and get our voice heard. So the mainland Southeast Asia should come, the mainland Southeast Asia countries should come together and then refuse the emergence of Russia in the region. And another issue that I think it will affect community in the world, aside armed conflict between Tatmadaw and also EAO, we see a lot of factions, and even among and small groups of EAO, they also have a conflict among themselves, and the military and economic activities, large-scale military and economic activities would come to the area, so it's of course will heighten the conflict. You will see more IDPs in the world. You will see more IDPs in the world area. So I'm still being in touch. I'm still being in touch with the village that I used to work with in the world. So I actually called him. It's like, yeah, I really miss you. So he said like, okay, if you miss me, you can just meet me at Phangan Island. What does it mean exactly? So it means that all of them moved to Thailand and to find a work. So they cannot, they cannot really live in their own hometown. they really had to relocate. So if there would be the large-scale military and economic activities taking place in the way, we're going to see more and more IDPs and displaced people. So you're going to see the same photo, like it's going to be empty, just few cars scrolling around basically. So we really have to anticipate what could happen in mainland Southeast Asia if this geopolitical intervention really takes place. So we have to keep monitoring situation. If another big power like Russia jumps in, what else can we do as a civil society?
Next, we will invite Kun Tara Buakamsi from Climate Connector in order to expand from what the three panelists have said about the special economic zone that's going to happen in Dawei, and people are concerned about the safety, about the security in the area, and also this project might still go on because of the Russia investment in the area.
ไม่ทราบว่าได้ยินไหมครับ โอเคครับขอบคุณมาก
Okay.
อยู่ในที่ที่
I'm not sure if you can hear me clearly, but I'm actually in a very challenging place to give the talk. So I think I don't have that much time.
เดี๋ยวผมจะขอแชร์
So I will also share my slides so that everyone can see what the pictures of my slides.
เห็นครับ
คือสไลด์อันนี้เนี่ยก็ต้องเรียนอย่างนี้นะครับ
I haven't been to the way before,
การทำงานของเพื่อนในพม่า
but I have I kept contact with some friends working in Myanmar, and also because of my personal interest and also my work with some networks. I have some friends who also work in Ukraine, and it's very challenging for them. So I'm thinking about what I could present here. There are two parts that I want to talk about. The first one, we are going to talk about the nuclear plant and how it's going to be like. We have the term small modular reactors, which is a very new term. Oh, actually it's not a new term, but we will talk about the roles of Russia, especially the Rosatom company. And we also have some case studies that we can be used to ask questions and also to see how we can advocate for this issue. So there's a conference, there's a summit called Tippling Nuclear Energy 2 years ago. Big powerful countries that are advanced in the nuclear power, they try to push more energy nuclear power energy generation in order to reduce global warming, because they claim that the nuclear power plants do not release carbon dioxide. So some people are concerned about this policy. So when we talk about the expansion of the nuclear power plants, this is actually advertisement, because normally it is actually we only know and hear about the big scale nuclear power plants.
ประวัติอยู่มากกว่านั้นนะฮะซึ่งเป็นโรงไฟฟ้าขนาดใหญ่ที่เราเห็นกันทั่วไปแล้วก็รันมาเป็นหลายๆสิบปีใน
And also we have seen these big scale plants in many countries. For example, in Asia, in Japan, in China. And there are also a lot of nuclear power plants in those countries. And the new type of nuclear power plant that they're trying to promote is that they said it's smaller. They use the word small modular reactor or SMR, which is the same kind of large-scale nuclear power plant. And they say that it's a kind of like advanced nuclear power plant that can generate a lot of a large amount of electricity.
หาพื้นที่ตั้งแล้วก็ประกอบอะไรต่างๆแบบนี้นะฮะซึ่งเขาอ้างว่า
And they claim that
มันจะเป็นเทคโนโลยีใหม่จริงๆ
this is a kind of new technology, which is actually not true
มันก็ใช้แต่
because
เพียงแต่ว่าขนาดเล็กลง
it's the same kind of existing nuclear power plant because it's just smaller. I will go through this quickly because this is quite something technical. The nuclear power plant in the fourth generation, there are not a lot of them, and it's not for commercial purposes. Actually, the nuclear power plants that exist, they are in the generation 1 and 2 and 3. They use the reactors in the generation 1, 2, 3, and they commonly exist in the world for the MMR nuclear power plants. SMR, sorry. They use the reactors they can use the reactors from the generation 4. So they can use different kind of reactors. They claim that they can use different kinds of reactors which actually do not exist. So for the small power plants, nuclear power plants, people are excited to create. And actually, these kind of reactors actually do not exist. They are just in the plan. But the real reactor, when we talk about the small modular reactor, actually, if you compare it with someone who's only 180 centimeters tall, do you think it's small? I don't think it's small. People advertise that this can be transported by a truck, but actually it's just an idea. Since 2020, many countries are interested in the SMR, and more countries are interested in this reactor, this kind of reactor. So when we talk about the SMR sites, you can see the dots on the map. In Northern America or in other continents, in Asia, in Myanmar, Philippines, in Indonesia, and in the northern part of Japan. In these areas, the SMR construction is just in the plan. They haven't actually built them. There are some SMR in Russia, in some part of China, in the area that borders South Korea and Japan and China. Actually, these SMR sites are under construction. they are not complete yet.
ยังไม่เสร็จส่วนที่อื่นๆก็คือยังไม่ได้สร้าง
And in other areas, they haven't been installed yet. So these are just the plans
ทีนี้
only.
เวลาพูดถึง SMR
So when we talk about SMR,
มันไม่
there's an advertisement saying that
มันถูกนะครับ
with these nuclear power plants, we will get cheaper electricity. There's a project in America that is suspended now because it's too expensive. It's too expensive. I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to explain about that. But compared to electricity generation, with that means actually this is too expensive and risky. Is it expensive?
มันจะค่าไฟมันจะ5 เหรียญต่อกิโลวัตต์ตอนนี้
So you can see the cost projection that I show on the screen.
อันนี้เป็นบริษัทในอเมริกาซึ่งก็ยัง
These are the companies that propose the plans in Central America, but actually none of them has been built in those areas in the plan. In the south of China, they claim that they have the SMRs, but actually the cost for construction
ของรัสเซีย
increased.
ต้องบอกว่าเวลาเรารู้
In Russia, if we think about SMR,
เรือดำน้ำนิวเคลียร์
we can think about the nuclear ship
เซียก็มีเรือดำน้ำพลังงานนิวเคลียร์หลายลำนั่นแหละ SMR
like in Russia. That's the kind of SMR that's used in the present time.
ที่อยู่ทางเขตอาร์กติกเนี่ยแล้วก็รัสเซียก็ใช้ไวไฟ
Like in the Arctic area, the nuclear submarines are used,
ต้นทุนค่าก่อสร้างเพิ่มเป็น400-500
but the construction cost increased,
อยู่ในระหว่างการก่อสร้างต้นทุนค่า
and there's a lot of the construction cost is increases day by day up to 700%.
ที่เขาคาดการณ์ว่าโอเค
And the projected construction plan, actually they claim that they could build this in 4 years or 2.5 years. And in Argentina, they could complete the construction in 4 years, but actually it doesn't go as planned.
แล้วก็อย่างที่เรารู้ก็คือเขาก็จะโฆษณาว่า
Like what we know, they advertise that the SMR
มันมีการศึกษา
is not risky. Actually, there's a lot of studies that compare the SMR with the existing power plants. It shows that for SMR, even more risky than the existing power plants. So it's not about the size.
ให้ออกการออกแบบเตาปฏิกรณ์แกน
Because of the size of the nuclear plant,
การ
the reactor is smaller. However, the spreading of the nuclear of the radiation can even be
มันจะ
more
เสี่ยงมากกว่าด้วยในแง่ของ
more risky.
ที่มันมีความขัดแย้ง
And also, if we put the nuclear reactors in the conflict area, it can even be more dangerous for people in the area.
อันนี้ก็คือที่เห็นว่า
What I would like to point out is
จีนไม่ว่าจะเป็น
when we talk about green energy
ค่าโรงไฟฟ้าใน
or nuclear, when we talk about the reactors in China, in Finland, or in some other countries,
ใช้เวลา38 ปี
they spent 18 years to complete the construction. Since I was born, compared to a person who was born and then become a teenager, it takes that long for the construction. Also for the SMR, it can take as long as building the normal nuclear power plant. We have friends from Myanmar who talk a little bit about the nuclear power plant. I will just talk about this shortly. When Russia would like to invest in Myanmar, apart from the people in Dawei, actually, the Rostom company is a nuclear company in Russia. They try to advertise that they are not they're not involved in politics. But actually, Rostom works for Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia. Actually, this company is used as a mechanism to Russia in Myanmar. Actually, they use nuclear plants for their political strategy. If we talk about their strategy, we can look back to 2007. We can see that they use weapons. They support weapons to Myanmar. So they plan to have the they plan to have the SMRs in Dawei. Apart from the deep sea ports and the fuel plant in Dawei, they might construct a nuclear power plant in Naypyidaw. But if it's not close to the water sources, it might be a problem for them. So when we talk about the Rostom company, they sell the reactors worldwide, not just in Myanmar. They sell the reactors to China, to Vietnam, and to the States. Like from what you can see in the map, for the green dots, if you see the green dots, those are the areas that the countries are in the process of negotiation in order to build them, which they claim that would help to secure their energy sources, energy generation. And they try to expand the areas like what I have said before. This is for Russia to try to stabilize their economy from the invasion of Ukraine. So you can see this is the plan of from the Rostom company, the plan to sell reactors called RITM/200N based reactor. So they plan to build one in the central part of Russia, and this is the same kind of reactor that the power plants that will be sold to Myanmar. Actually, it's not that small. When they use the word small, it's not actually small. It's just advertisement. It's just propaganda that they created in order to build these power plants. Another thing that I want to talk about before I end my presentation is that when Russia invaded Ukraine, they used the troops to see a nuclear power plant in Ukraine, which is the biggest nuclear power plant in Ukraine. The ZEED, the nuclear power plant. And they have the officers from Rostom who are the experts in nuclear power plants. And they arrested the officers in the nuclear power plant who are Ukrainian as their prisoners. And a lot of them were killed, a lot of them were threatened at that time. So that nuclear power plant has many reactors. And some reactors are not were not activated at the time because of the ongoing conflict happening between the two countries. So the troops, with the help of the Russian troops, with the help of the Rostom, seized the power plant and violated many rights of the people. Some people actually survived that incident. And they told, they revealed that a lot of people were abused to death, and they were forced to work to operate the nuclear power plant 24 hours. So what happened in Ukraine shows us that Rostom is not just a private company, it's actually part of the government, of the Russian government. So if Rostom is investing in Myanmar, actually can be a big risk for Myanmar, because that means that it's about a political dependency. And also it's about building this nuclear power plant in Myanmar. Actually, there's an effort of the civil society organizations that are trying to demand the governments to fight against the involvement of the Rostom in Ukraine, and also with the incidents that happened in the nuclear power plant in Ukraine. So they demand international organizations to stop cooperating with Russia. I would like to end my talk with what happened in Russia, in Ukraine, that if the nuclear power plant is going to be built in Myanmar, people involved with that, it means that we cooperate with the Rostom with committed crime in Ukraine. This can be a tool for Rostom to violate human rights. We as people in the Southeast Asia, what we can do is to try to kick out Rostom of Myanmar. It can be very chaotic, it can be something dangerous for us, so we need to stop this. Actually, this can cause a lot of headache to us, because it's a big concern that, if this actually happens for the SMRs, even though they do not exist yet in the world or in countries that are in the plan, but it can be risky in many aspects, in terms of safety, security, and also with the expansion of Putin's power to our region. So I would like to say that we have to voice out our needs and voice our concerns, and also try to stop Rostom from investing or from building the nuclear power plants in our region. This comes to the end of our session. We have about 5 minutes for exchange, for exchange or for questions, so that we can have a break, a lunch break after this. So if you have questions, please raise your hand and our staff will hand you a microphone. Good morning. As a person who worked in Dawei for 8-9 years, but after the war, I work with the refugees in Myanmar, and I would like to give add some information. Actually, I don't have pictures to show you. The pictures can be very sad, but I would like to add some information. After the war, 5 years of war, the many places were bombed, and a lot of people were killed. More than 5,000 people were killed, were arrested. There were displaced people. Around 3.5 million people were displaced. People are there. 1 million people are living in the borders, and 5 to 6 million people immigrated to Thailand. And the problems from that is that it's very difficult for the management of the